Man, we really have become pretty soft here in Australia, haven't we, these days? Uh, you know, they raised the retirement age by 2 years in France, and the French just absolutely cut sick. You know, I've got to say all that stuff right now. Uh, I don't advocate violence or whatever. You know, but what happened to people's right to protest? What happened to people's right to actually stand up and be clear with their government, with the powers that be, to say, we're not okay with what's happening, you know? Uh, and for those of you who say, well, Glenn, what are you doing? Are you going to stand up and protest? Believe me, I have. Believe me, I have. Those who know, know. And those who don't know, it's become illegal for me to say anything. So, believe me, I have. I've made my sacrifices. I've walked away from a lot of things in the past 12 months. And I've done that while a lot of people told me I was crazy. A lot of people told me I was saying things that that weren't there, that I shouldn't worry about. And yet here we are. Here we are, with a population of human beings that I often don't recognize. To the point where a lot of people probably won't even acknowledge this video. They'll ignore it out of fear. Out of fear and out of worrying what they might lose or what they might be threatened to have to sacrifice of what they hold dear. This is fucked up, man. All I'm trying to say is, like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Just what the fuck, man? What happened to us? You know? What happened to us? To the point where I know there's so many people that are feeling this way. I know there's so many people that are feeling lost and afraid and disillusioned and disappointed, and but we don't talk about it, right? We just keep on keeping on. It's fucking crazy. It's as if, like, the last 3 years has just been one of those New Year's Eve parties that went so insane, and we all got together and started, and then it just turned into one of those parties that just got super out of control and super gross, and everybody lost themselves. Well, a lot of people, shouldn't say everybody, a lot of people lost their shit. I think a lot of people have got some stuff that they feel maybe a little bit ashamed about, a little disappointed about. Maybe things are coming out different now. They're going, oh, maybe I would have did things wrong. No, sorry, maybe I would have done things differently if I knew what I know now. But people can't even talk about that because they're so afraid to speak up in any way, because we're all hyper leveraged and hyper in debt and hyper stressed and overworked and underpaid. But we're in this age where most people don't want to say anything because they're too afraid to risk all that stuff. Well, you know what? I stood up and I've made my sacrifices now. Lucky for me, I haven't got too much else to lose. I got my beautiful family, my beautiful wife. But I tell you, I'm standing here right now. Well, sitting here, I should say. And I can see a lot of people who are really hurting and a lot of pain. And I just want to encourage you, if you're feeling that splinter in your soul, to pay attention to it, because it's real. And I love you, and I care for you, and I see you, and you're not alone. I hope this helps. There's still good people in the world, I tell you that now. There's still good people in the world. I was just driving around right now, and my family and I, we're going through a pretty hard time right now, and I was driving through this car park where I am, and I see this little old lady, and she's looking at me, and I'm in this busy place, and she starts pointing out car parks to me. Starts pointing out, here's one over here. And it was funny because I saw the car park, and then as I was driving towards it, another person zooms in and grabs the car park, and they didn't see I was there. It wasn't their fault. But we kind of both looked at each other and laughed because, you know, it was this moment. And she was like, "Oh, sorry, love." And I opened my window and I said, "You know what?" I said, "If you only knew how much I needed that today." And just having you acknowledge my existence and acknowledge that you know that there was options of where I could go. I thought that was really lovely, and I think you're a lovely person. Please don't change. And she said to me, "That's cool, man," in that little kind of sweet voice. She goes, "That's all right, you know, because you just had this look on your face, like I could tell you needed that." And I did, you know, walking around thinking about all this stuff, and it gets a lot sometimes. It gets a lot because I can see what a lot of people are going through. And after already standing up and going through the process of that purge of sacrificing the things and letting go of the things that you need to in order to stand up for your own truth. And that's the thing, it's not everybody, it's my truth. I'm not saying it's everybody's, but you know, there's few things we have left in this world for ourselves. We've given so much of it away. And one of the things that we have left still at this stage of our existence is the opportunity to engage with our authenticity, to be able to ask ourselves the question, am I living in a way that aligns with my soul, striving to live in a way that aligns with my spirit and my being, whilst also making sure that I'm giving freedom to others to do that, and acknowledging that the way we have a utopia is by acknowledging that freedom is a weaving of each other's right to having freedom. Freedom is not just something you claim, freedom is something that you give to other people as well. So as I go through life holding dear to one of the last true freedoms that I have, which is after making huge sacrifices to be able to make sure that I remain aligned with what is the right way of living for me, and also making sure that I strive to allow other people to have that same freedom around me. I hope that the world changes. I don't know. I'm getting off track. I'm just trying to be authentic. I didn't think about what I was going to say. I just think, what happened, man? What happened to my friends? What happened to us? What happened to this human family? When did we start giving in to fear in such a deep manner that we started to sacrifice our own right to have that deep knowing that we are living in and standing in our authenticity? I'll just that little sweet beautiful lady reminded me of that this morning, that I'm not alone, and it just inspired me to take this down a different track, because the truth is I was thinking about recording something and putting it out there, but it was more so around acknowledging how soft we seem to have become, and how we just don't seem to want to stand up to things that we know are wrong anymore. But that kind lady reminded me that there's good in the world, and that there might still be hope for us yet. Peace and love to all my people. Love you so much. Yeah, that's it. Love you.